This is One on One. Susan Spencer is the editor-in-chief of Women's Day magazine. Good to see you, Susan.
Nice to be here.
Women's Day is turning 75.
Actually, 76.
Is that right?
76 years old.
Started what year?
It started in 1931, and it was a supermarket magazine.
And it's changed dramatically over the years. By the way, I'm going to hold this one up. I know we have some of the really early editions. This is one of the more recent ones.
Yeah.
Paula Dean.
Yeah.
Down 36 pounds.
Go Paula.
Fascinating story. Describe the Women's Day brand, what it was, what it is, what it's going to be.
Well, Women's Day is probably one of the more trusted magazines to American women, and as I said before, been around for 76 years. And we started out as a supermarket menu sheet at A&P Supermarkets.
What's a menu sheet?
A menu sheet is like a list of recipes, essentially.
That was pretty 1939.
Yeah, there you
39.
go.
2 cents.
2 cents, can you believe it?
Right.
And before it even became a magazine, it grew to circulation of 800,000. So you can imagine, even today, that would be an amazing circulation. Right. And then in 1937 it became a magazine, and we're still around. So our brand is really, it's very old, it's very trusted. We've had readers who say that their grandmothers read the magazine, their mothers read the magazine, they read the magazine. People really see it as a very trusted source of information for them. We were out across America in the fall talking to a lot of our readers and listening to them. And I remember one woman took the magazine and put her hand on it, and she said, "This is my girl. This is my girl. This is what I use." And she used the recipes, she uses the crafts, she looks at the fashion. So it's really something that she comes to help her in all areas of her life.
It's interesting, with a lot of magazines out there that focus on celebrity and gossip.
Right.
And some pretty lowbrow stuff. Not your thing.
No, not our thing. Our readers do, they want information from us. So when we do put a celebrity on the cover like Paula Dean, it's really a celebrity who is giving them information. They're not as interested in, somebody's having somebody else's baby or something like that. And that's not something that we peddle in. But they do want to know how to live their lives and how to live their lives better and more efficiently and with greater joy. And I think that when you can find a celebrity who can give them that information, how to lose weight or give them a healthy recipe, then that's what they really respond to.
For those who argue, a very good friend of mine who happens to be in your company, Nick Matarazzo. Nick and I talk a lot about the industry, if you will. And we've talked about the magazines are dying. And it's not a question of whether they're dying or not. Isn't it a question of, and Nick and I have talked about this, where you wind up and how you wind up dealing with new media, the online world?
Yeah.
Because you're not going away.
Right. No, we're not going away, and our readers have a huge appetite for print. I mean, we're doing really well on the newsstand right now, and
You are?
Yeah, we are actually.
On the newsstand?
Yes, we are, and I think that it really shows that readers, our readers especially, I think, look at this magazine as something that they can kind of lean back with at the end of the day. We're a woman's day. I mean, we covered all aspects of her day. We don't cover things like housekeeping, or we don't cover things like relationship advice and things like that. No, we don't. But we cover things that give her a lot of joy and things that are really meaningful to her in her life.
Talk about the online piece. How do you, as the editor-in-chief, balance the print side, right? Responding to those who want to feel it.
Right.
I'm one of those people. My wife gets more and more magazines online.
Right.
And I still like to feel it, mark it up, to refer to it
Yay,
later.
you.
And that's me.
Yeah.
That could be a generational thing. I'm not sure what it is, but
I don't think it's a generational thing. I mean, I have
personal preference?
Yeah, I think it might be personal preference, but I mean, I have a 15-year-old daughter who does not like to read anything, doesn't like to read magazines online. She likes to pick it up too, so it may be personal. But how we respond to it is, we have a big presence in social media, especially.
Right, I know.
So, we're on Facebook. We have an enormous Pinterest page. Pinterest has a lot of synergy with our reader. So, for us, the digital world is very much a piece of our brand, but I think the print piece is, as you said, it's not going away. It's still very popular.
But here's the thing. You don't have online what you have in print, because if you were to do the same thing, the question someone would ask is, so why am I buying the magazine? How do you create that synergy where it makes sense?
Well, I think that there's a good overlap with Women's Day Online and the magazine, and there's some stories that exist in both places. But I think that what womensday.com is doing is creating an online experience where we're creating a print experience. And I think that they do things that we don't do online. For instance, relationships is one of the areas that they do cover and we don't. And that works extremely well for them. And in print, we do a ton of recipes and a lot of food, and that's something that works really well for us in print.
Your background before you came to this position, describe it.
I've worked in magazines for 26 years. I just described myself as a survivor. I've worked for many magazine companies. I've worked for a variety of magazines, but I have a deep, deep grounding in women's service, and it's something I'm very passionate about.
In women's service?
Mm-hmm. Yes, women's service magazines. So
do you love magazines?
I do. I do.
When did you know? I always ask. I ask Broadway performers who come on here and people in the media, artists, actors, whatever. When did you know? It's interesting, but this is your art form. This is your thing. When did you know?
I think that I started reading magazines when I was about probably 12 or 13, and there were a couple magazines that I remember really being pivotal in my childhood. One was 17 magazine, of course, and the other one was Time magazine. My parents got it, and I think it was sort of their way of keeping up with the world, and I think that really had a big influence on me. But 17 was candy. That was just wonderful to read that. And I think I've just had a love affair with magazines ever since, and read them voraciously. I probably read about, 15 to 20 magazines a month.
To be able to talk about surviving, for 76 years that Women's Day has been out there, the question becomes, for the next 76, how do you stay competitive? Describe what happens in the next decade.
Well, I think it's really about being relatable and relevant to our readers, and sort of giving them what they're looking for at any particular point in their lives. One of the areas that we've been expanding and are going to continue to expand in the next 6 months, especially, is our style section. Like, fashion and beauty is really, really, really all of a sudden becoming really important to our readers, and I think it's partially because. It's been a rough kind of 10 years for a lot of the women in our audience, and I think that they've found that when they look good, they feel good. And fortunately, there's so many wonderful stores out there where they can get clothes that don't cost an arm and a leg, and that's what we feature in the magazine, is low price point clothing.
It is low price?
It is pretty low, yeah. It's value focused. And so you can go, they can see a wonderful dress from JCPenney or a great dress from Target, and then they can go and buy it there. And it's within their price range, so for not a lot of money, they can actually feel really good. Last
question. You've had this passion for 20 some odd years for magazines, for the industry, for the feel, for what's in them.
Right.
On a scale from 1 to 10 today, where's that passion level?
Oh, 10, absolutely.
Still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lost none of it?
Yeah, absolutely not. I think I have a very deep respect and connection for this audience, and I loved going out and talking to them and listening to them.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Health Network, Sun National Bank, New Jersey Natural Gas, United Water, County College of Morris, the Merck Company Foundation, and by Fedway Associates, Inc. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.